What up, Vonnie? You see another trucker. Don't come into school. Don't come into trucking. Go to school, youngin. I want to use a couple points of reference for this video. And this video definitely ain't meant to discourage. It's meant to encourage. But this morning I seen a video of a young brother. I can't remember his name, but I just happened to see random video. I see a lot of videos with people saying why they getting out of trucking or why they quit trucking, and they haven't been in trucking for a long time. And I just happened to see this video with this young brother. He said he quit trucking. I haven't even finished the video. I just happened to see it, and I started watching it while I was doing my pre-trip, and I didn't get to finish watching it. But yeah, he was just talking about his frustrations and with trucking and stuff that we go through out here that he, said he wasn't prepared for. He didn't, I guess like I said, I haven't finished watching the whole video, but I get the point. I guess trucking just wasn't for him, basically. But it was funny. I seen a comment. And somebody said, somebody left a comment. It was like, man, this is the most tender trucking video I ever seen. Something like that. And that comment had me cracking up. So I looked in that comment thread, and I actually happened to see somebody that rock with the channel. Shout out to Chris once again. I had mentioned you in a couple other videos, a few videos back. But you know who you are, because I had seen you in that comment thread, and you actually tried to @ me, because I seen my name in the comment that you tried to leave, but you ain't typed my name right, so it didn't alert me. But I seen my name, and it's funny that I happened to look at that comment and go in that comment thread and seeing that you was trying to @ me so I can come and see that comment, and I just happened to see this video out the blue today, this morning. But yeah, shout out to you. Like it didn't alert me, but the energy you put out there for me to see it somehow, it reached me and I seen it. That comment had me cracking up. But no disrespect to the content creator that made that video about why he got out of trucking. Ain't no knock on him. It ain't for everybody. And that's kind of where I want to go into it. Like, man, sometimes, when I see a lot of these people making videos about they getting out of trucking or they quitting trucking, I just be wondering, like, what inspired them or what motivated them to get into trucking, especially within the past 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I know when I came into trucking, I wasn't watching. It wasn't social media that enticed me to get into trucking. Social media ain't had nothing to do. Now, once I started making my transition, I actually put action to faith to get into trucking. Then I started watching trucking content, but trucking content on YouTube was not the spark for me. So I'll be wondering, like, when I see so many of these videos of people getting into trucking and getting out of trucking so quick, I'll be wondering, like, okay, what inspires you to get into trucking? I can only think that most people who getting in and getting out of trucking today, they came into trucking because they was influenced from what they seen on social media. And what I'm thinking is, what was you watching? Who was you watching? You know what I'm saying? What kind of trucking content was you watching? Was you watching people who was really giving up the real, or was you just watching content creators that's just really in this for a check? You know what I'm saying? And putting the buttercream icing on over the top of this pig pen we call trucking. What was people watching? Because it's like with so many people coming in and out, which to me is good. You know what I'm saying? The more people get out, the better, truthfully. But still, I still wonder, like, well, damn, if people coming in, it was like, what was your impression of trucking in the first place that enticed you to get in? Like, what did you think this was? But a lot of us, we already know. Trucking has been painted out to be this hustle. They done painted trucking out to be some type of hustle. Is money just finna fall out the sky? You know, you glance at videos, you hear certain numbers. You don't hear everything else that come with these numbers. You hear thousands in a week that you think is sweet. So I just be wondering, like, man, who was some of these people's influence to even want to get into trucking? Because most of the people that's coming into trucking today, they coming into trucking because they was influenced by something they seen on social media. So it's like, with all this information out here, it's like people don't pick up on, because it's a lot of real testimonies out here about what's going on. People giving real testimonies, and including myself. So it's like, man, what is people influenced by? And then they come into trucking and see that it ain't what they thought it was. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I can tell you right now, trucking ain't no hustle. Yeah, you have to hustle while you in trucking, but this ain't no quick flip. I'm gonna get in, get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, you can, but it just don't work that way that it's been presented in a lot of cases. You know what I'm saying? You got to be all in, all money in. You got to be all in with this, so to really make something of it, whatever it is you're trying to do. Well, then again, I don't know what people want to do. Sometimes I'm selfish in the way that I speak from my perspective, because certain things make sense to me. Certain things just make sense to me. And, you know, sometimes I can be selfish speaking from that perspective, but, you know, so I don't know what everybody want out of trucking. But I'm pretty sure most people want to make some money, you know, so. But, and then my second point of reference that I wanted to use for this video, man, young lady in the comment section of one of my videos, man, she was asking, and she asked a long question, but in a nutshell, she was basically saying, like, hey, I want to go to school. I think she said she wanted to go to law school, woo-de-woo. She got shorties. She wanted to get into trucking for 3 years, and to make the money to be able to pay for her schooling. And she was just asking for some advice for what should she do. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. Number one, you can do anything that you put your mind to, no matter how difficult it might seem, how long the journey might be. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one that's here that's gonna tell you like, oh, it's impossible and it ain't gonna work. You can do anything you put your mind to. But now we gotta come back down to reality. Number two, you say you got kids, so you know, what you trying to be in trucking with kids. I can tell you the only way that's really gonna work is if you got a good support system. So if you got you a good support system that's gonna hold your shorties down while you out here trying to get it in, then while you out here trying to run it up, okay, well, you got that covered. But the third part, you say you want to go to school and you want to get into trucking for 3 years and save up enough money to pay for your schooling. Now, see, this is where it get a little cloudy at, because you probably can execute that. But what's your discipline like? Like, you have to be very disciplined. Your discipline has to be top tier. Because a lot of times it takes time for people to start getting to the money. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what footing that you're starting from in trucking. You know, it ain't no guarantee that you just gonna come into trucking out of school or whenever you get your CD and just start making paper. You know what I'm saying? Or start making a livable wage to where you're able to afford things, or to afford your lifestyle and be able to afford to stack up for schooling or whatever the case may be. So to have that plan, I mean, if that's what you got on your mind to do, I say go for it, but you're gonna have to be disciplined, because it's easy to get caught up out here. You know, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. When I came in 2017, 18, 19, yeah, it took me about a few years before I started seeing, you know what I'm saying, some cool little change. But everybody's situation is different. I don't know what the amount of money that might work for me might not work for you, and vice versa. So I don't know what people consider real money these days. I don't know. I know what worked for me. But, you know, it's possible. It's possible. Anything is possible. You know, I hear a lot of people talk about, I've been hearing this for years, you know, how truckers don't own nothing. And truckers be broke. You know what I'm saying? Truckers ain't never acquired nothing of ain't never acquired no assets. That's a lie. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm living proof that's a lie. So, you know, I done heard people say, "Ah, man, you truckers say they gonna do this and they don't do it. They ain't gonna accomplish nothing." I have. So it's all about your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all about your mindset. So if you feel like you can do it, then you should go ahead and do it. But I just tell you this: you just got to be disciplined. It's got to be you got to be disciplined. It ain't no the money when you first start out ain't gonna be guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like on the flip side, what's another problem with trucking in a sense? Because a lot of people just think this trucking is just some bowl of water. You just finna just stick your hand in real quick and just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to come through and use and abuse trucking, but don't nobody really want to be in this. When I first came into trucking, I knew I was gonna give trucking at least 15 to 20 years. And really, the more that I've been in trucking and the deeper that I have gotten into trucking, the more I'm trying to reduce that time now, because I got clear, complete focus. I mean, I've been focused from the start. I ain't never lost my focus, but the more that I continue on in this industry, I'm seeing clear about my place, where I want to go. I see, okay, I done been through this. I know, you know what I'm saying? I have a clear vision. And I'm trying to shorten that time, to be honest with you. So, but I came in for the long haul. I knew the things that I wanted to accomplish and what I was trying to get out of trucking. I knew it was going to take time. It's so many people for some reason today that think everything is just some quick flip hustle. And then when they don't get the results they want, then they want to make videos talking about I'm leaving trucking. Bye. And don't come back. And take everybody else was with you. Straight up. But but really, to tell you the truth, I don't really see too many people leaving trucking. I actually see more and more people coming into trucking, because the way the technology is advancing, you know, a lot of people is in denial about technology advancing and taking jobs. You know, I seen I forgot baby girl name. I seen her, you know, I've seen her in my comment section a few times. But if you watching this video, you know who you are. I think I was talking about, you know, AI and autonomous trucks in a particular video, and you had commented. I think I had made a mention about Walmart, and you commented, and you was like, "Nah, Walmart, they got more human cashiers than they do self-checkout." I guess it all depends on where you going. Because in the Walmarts I be going to, the self-checkout lines, everybody be in the self-checkout lines. And I go to Walmart all the time. You know, I eat a lot of produce, so I'm in and out of grocery stores like every other day. And the self-checkout line got it on lock. You know what I'm saying? The self-checkout lines is growing at truck stops. A lot of people in denial. A lot of people want to be in denial about technology, but technology advancing is going to slowly continue to start wiping out jobs. And a lot of people are going to be forced because trucking's so wide open. Just like how I did when it was COVID. The next wave is going to be the technological advancement wave. And it's going to be a lot of people stuck to the point to where a lot of people gonna feel like the only way they got to turn to is to come to trucking. So to be honest with you, as far as us waiting for a certain number of people to be taken out of trucking so rates can go up and all this, And then another thing I've done some research on rates because I've been hearing this for a long time. Rates. Really, from what I researched, the past 10 years, especially before COVID and now, the rates typically really been the same. The rates just went up in the past 10 years. They went up during COVID. You know, trucking got this boom and this bus cycles, but the rates pretty much been the same. Like the rates that we got right now, these are the same rates that's been going on years before COVID. So when people be talking about these rates, I don't know. But yeah, I see it's gonna be more people coming into trucking. Because there's gonna be more people that's gonna be out here, jobs is gonna be getting lost. And hey, people, you know what I'm saying? People ain't gotta take the technology serious if they don't want to. But I know I'm gonna be on the side of technology. I'm keeping up and I'm paying attention. I'm bracing myself for what's coming. So, but other than that though, you know, trucking is an industry, and for a lot of people who want to come into trucking, man, you know, some of y'all youngins or whoever, especially a lot of young people, hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. If you think trucking is gonna be some quick flip, quick hustle thing that social media and it made you believe it was, you better off going to do something else that you actually probably gonna enjoy doing. Because the work that you're gonna put in the truck and the stuff that you're gonna have to become acclimated to out here on the road and just doing trucking period, all that energy you're gonna have to put into this, you probably been better off putting it into something else you really wanted to do instead of try to come up in trucking and thinking it's just finna be candy. You know, because no matter where you go, no matter which road you decide to take in life to create a career, occupation, a way of living, you're going to have to put work in. And you're going to put work in this trucking too. And really trucking, the stuff you're going to have to become acclimated to is probably going to be even worse in trucking. Real talk. There's some parts of trucking that you're going to have to live, you're going to have to accept having to live like a savage at times. You know what I'm saying? You ever had to take a dump outside? You ready for that? I remember when I first came in the truck and some old school cats was like, yeah, you better make sure you keep a bucket in your truck. I'm thinking in my head, like, what do you mean a bucket? I don't need no bucket, old bubble gut, unhealthy, you know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking like that. But I don't need no bucket. I got control of my bowels, yeah. I've been out here 8 years. Over 8 years. And surprisingly, I'd have been caught slipping a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to acclimate yourself to a lot with this trucking, you know. And those of us who been in this for a little minute or been in this trucking for a little while, when we see people coming in, like you've been in for X amount of years, 5, 10 plus, you've been in this trucking for a little while to where you didn't overcame the threshold of pain and you cool with this. When we see new people coming in and they whining and they crying about stuff that don't bother us no more, it's like we looking at you like, so? Hey, trucking, it's a tough crowd in trucking. People who fight and to make it through this trucking, you know what I'm saying? We become warriors. Women especially. You know, women typically, they like stability, comfort, you know what I'm saying? Consistency. Trucking ain't none of that. Trucking ain't none of that. So think about the women who in trucking out here making it happen and have to acclimate themselves to this. You know, think about the women who done had to crawl back in their cab plenty of nights, crying themselves to sleep. No, you know what I'm saying? Trucking ain't never frustrated me to where I had to cry. But yeah, this trucking, it tapped my emotions at times. So I can imagine how women feel, you know what I'm saying? So you got to acclimate yourself to a lot. You got to deal with a lot. Like right now, you know, I've been doing this for so long. And you know what I'm saying? It's just all a part of me that the stuff that come with this is everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? But the new people that's coming into this and they thinking this one way, a lot of times it ain't gonna be what you thought. You know, what you gonna do when you park somewhere and you can't get to a bathroom? You at a ship or a receiver, they ain't got no bathrooms. What you gonna do if you can't get a shower? Some people out here, they'll sit in their truck till they get to a shower. Like, they don't take no control. Some people act like they don't know how to take no control over their life while living in this truck. You have to learn how to live in this truck. That takes a lot for a lot of people. It take a lot of mental capacity. Damn near you damn near got to tap into your spirituality to get strong with this with this for some people. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, you know, I'm not trying to discourage nobody from coming into trucking. If you got the brain and the mind and the heart for this, come on in. It's open for you. You know what I'm saying? But I just see, when I be seeing a lot of these videos and people, I quit trucking, and it's like, what did you think this was? Because I know most of these people was watching other content creators, so it was like, who was you watching? What kind of content, you know what I'm saying? But I understand it though, because usually the content, and this just ain't trucking, it's just period across the board, the stuff that's the realest is the stuff that get the least acknowledgement. The sugar-coated stuff is the stuff that everybody gravitate towards too, because it makes people feel good. You know, a person probably that came to some of my video, oh my God, he curses too much. Oh, I don't like his perspective. Oh, he's negative. No, I'm a realist. I'm rooted in reality. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. People do not want to hear the truth, so they want to go look at the shiny stuff. And I think that's what a lot of people that's coming in the trucking is doing. They looking at the shiny channels. Nothing against them, but they looking at the channels that are shiny. And they thinking it's like what it is. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm here to give you the ground, the boots on ground roots of what you really gonna have to go through. So ain't nobody, a lot of people not gonna tell you like, yeah, I gotta piss in bottles sometimes. A lot of people not gonna tell you, hey, you might have to squat outside in the bushes one time or a couple times while people not talking about that. They not gonna talk about that, but that's what come with this. You know what I'm saying? People not gonna tell you like, man, you gonna have to learn how to if you a person that's really into taking care of yourself, you're gonna have to learn how to live in this truck. If you can't get to no shower when you want to, you're gonna have to learn how to be able to take care of yourself on the go. Soap and water touches my butt every day. It ain't no time where, oh, I can't get to no shower, so I'm just gonna sit here. No, you gotta learn how to survive. So, man, people be thinking this is a game, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? The money, man. Hey, so, but I encourage you. You know what I'm saying? That's what my channel was about. For the people that's in this, I'm just sharing my perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see you win. I just personally feel it from the bottom of my soul, like, man, nah, hell no. Shouldn't nobody be out here broken, hurting, not doing this. No, we give up too much to be doing this trucking, man. We give up way too much. Like, we got to be having something. You know, I'm not saying you got to be no real estate mogul or something, but you can't. Shouldn't no trucker be out here having GoFundMe? Shouldn't no trucker be out here having to ask nobody for no money? None of this. You know what I'm saying? However a person want to live their life, cool, but everybody should always have their own cushion. Man, we deal and give up way too much to just be out here with nothing, dog. I'm sorry, that's what I'm standing on. No, hell no. So think about it. If you're thinking about getting into this industry, because you probably better off, you know what I'm saying? This might not be for you. You better off probably going to school or learning how to go get some type of trade, getting a grant to go do something. Because trucking compared to all these other fields, you ain't gonna have to worry, you know, in any other field outside of trucking, you ain't gonna have to worry about using the bathroom outside. In trucking, it can happen. Men and women. Hey. I'm telling you. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a person that take pride in myself. I take pride in taking care of myself. Taking care of my mental. Trying to put, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, putting the right foods in my body. But this is savage life sometimes. So, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? Do you. But yeah, that's all I got. If I need to see, I'm gone.